Hello everyone, today I will showcase a walkthrough of the Microsoft Excel World Championship Round 1 of the morning session of 2022, which is called Amazed Mouse. So let's get started. First, the instructions. The story: a mad scientist is training mice to learn to solve a maze. The maze 10 by 10 grid, see the map on the right. A wall is indicated by a shaded cell, gray, on the map of the maze. Water is also indicated by a shaded cell, blue on the map. The scientist is a big fan of MEWC and other Excel sports tournaments organized by FMWC. If you look closer, you might recognize that the map of the maze somewhat replicates FMWC logo. Indeed. There will be a total of 100 mice. The scientist will move through the maze. The first mice are not very smart, while the later mice will be learning from their precedents and will be able to perform more complex moves. Moving through the maze. The mice can only move vertically or horizontally, not diagonally, to a space where there is no wall and no water. The movements of the mice are provided with a standard direction symbol. U equals up, D equals down, L equals left, and R equals right. In case the random move asks the mouse to move to a space that is occupied by a wall, they will not move instead and stay in the same position they started. Example, a mouse starting on cell A2 with a random move up, which goes there, cannot move because there is a wall and will stay on A2 for that turn. The way they describe it is that the walls don't act differently than water. For example, your mouse won't drown into water by moving into it. It will just stay in the same cell. So you won't have to manage the game over parts of it. So first question: to make calculations easier on subsequent levels, the scientist decided to denote each cell with a unique number code. The formula for number is very simple. It's the row number multiplied by 10, to which we add the column number. Example, for the cell B10, the row number is 10 and column number is 2. So it's 10 by 10 times 10 plus 2 equals 102. Okay, I won't use it for the further questions, but I'll do it for this one. So what I'll do is take the right part of this text, and now, as it's not always one character long, but sometimes two, I can just say 1. But what we know is that the column part of this cell address is always 1 character long. So what I can do is use the length of this cell address and subtract with the length of the column part, and then we'll have the row number. We multiply it by 10, and then we want to add the column number, but as for now it's text, we need to do a match function in which we want to search the left part of the cell address, which is 1 character long. We'll search it into this. We'll fix this address with F4, and now we'll search an exact match, and we have it. Okay. Now level 2. Initially, the mice are not very smart and move randomly one cell at a time. Example, a mouse is starting on cell A2 and tries to move down. It will move to cell A3 at the end of the turn. In case the move asks the mouse to move to a space that is occupied by a wall or water, they will not move instead and stay in the same position as they started. Example, a mouse is starting on cell A2 and tries to move up. It can't move due to the wall and will stay on A2. Given the starting cell and movement direction, where will the mouse end up at the end of move 1? Note: while it is possible to solve this level manually, the formulas you create will be useful as a part of your solution for the next levels. So what we need here is first to get the row number from the cell address, the column number, the new row number after applying an offset, the new column number applying an offset. We'll need to know what's inside the new cell, and from the inside of the new cell, we'll decide which cell we end on. So we have a row number here, the column number, the new row plus, the new column, the inside of the cell, and the cell we end on. So for the row number and column number, we'll do the same thing as before. So let's do this quick. Okay. Now for the new row, what we'll need is to know the offset done by the direction we go to. So for that, I will make a little grid. I'll write the different moves, right, left, up, down. I'll write the row offset and the column offset. So for the row offset, we don't change it for that. And we have this. Okay. So we'll start from the row number and we'll search with a VLOOKUP the offset from this direction into this. And what we want is the second column for the row offset, and we want an exact match. We'll then copy-paste this formula for the new column number and just change a few things. We want to start from the column number and we want the third column from this grid. Now we'll search what's inside the maze. So for that we'll do an index on this. And I'll have to apply an offset of 1 to the new row and new column number because the row number 1 is actually the second row in this array. So I do row plus 1 and column plus 1. But what I need to do too is to fill the walls and the water with a ladder, so I will know it's not empty. So what I'll do is select this, go to replace. I will search this format, and I'll say I want a W in it. Now I would like to do this for the water too, but sadly it doesn't work. I don't know why, so if you have an idea of why, please tell me in the comment section. I will be very happy to know. So for now I will just fill it manually using my directional arrows and the W key. It doesn't make me lose a lot of time, but it's a little annoying. So now it says it has a wall or water. So what I need to check then to know if I move to this cell or not is if this is different from water or wall, then I can make the new address of the cell, which will be the column converted to text. So I need this array in which I'll search the first row and this column number, and we'll concatenate that with the new row number. And in the case where it is a wall, we'll just say that we want the formula we are in right now. Okay, we just copy paste all of that and say that we want this answer. And here we have the second letter done. Okay. Now let's move to the third level. Math scientist decides to let the mice try to solve the maze for longer. Each mice is now given 30 moves. He also recognizes that the mice might need time to get used to the maze. In order to better acquaint them with the maze, the scientist decides to lift internal walls and to cover the water. So essentially, for this level, you get a clean 10 by 10 area with nothing restricting the moves inside it. For each of the mice, you are provided its starting cell on the list of moves. Each move a mouse changes its location exactly by one cell, unless blocked by outside walls. Where will the mice end up after 30 random moves? Okay, so in order to do that, first thing we need to do is to create a new maze where we'll just empty everything, like that. And we'll use this one. We will also copy paste this and just dezoom a bit, like that. We don't need these rows because we just redo everything. And I will move this cell right here. And what I want first is to have the initial cell, the one before moving, right here. And what I want to do is to take all of these formulas into the cell calculation formula. So first, I'll correct each of the formulas. So here we want that. Okay. And for the inside, we'll just use the empty maze, like that. Okay. And now what I will do is for row plus, replace the row cell by its formula, like that, and do this for everything. And here I replace the column like that. And now let's see what this uses. The new row number on the new column, sorry, on the inside. Okay, so the new row number is the one to the top right. What we'll do is a little Shift plus Enter, no, Alt plus Enter, like that, in order to have them on different rows so I can just find them very easily. I take the row formula and just place it here. I will do the same thing for the new column number. And the same thing with the inside. And then if I want to, I can just do this if I want, but I'll keep it like that. And now if we see the new cell calculation, it doesn't depend on these cells anymore, so I can just delete them like that. Now I'll use the fill series. I want 30 moves for rows, and I'll just copy paste that like that. This line is done, so now I just have to copy paste this for all of the questions and say that I want this, which is the last move. And here we have the answer to the third level. For the level 4, the only thing that changes is that the scientist places back the walls on the water, and it's the same question that the level 3. So we just copy paste this, and what we'll do is just change the maze it refers to know what's in the cell. Like that, I now update the formulas for this row, and now for all the other rows, and we do the same thing. I want the last move, and like that you have the level 4. Okay. Now the level 5 is a bit different. The mice have got smarter and realized that they can follow the right wall and be able to move through the maze more rapidly. See the movement logic on a picture below. So as you can see, it will always follow the wall on the right. Always. And same thing for water. It will follow the water. Like that. A move only counts as a move if the mouse has changed location self from the previous one step. And the mouse will always start on a spot where there is only one valid next move, which will be very important. For example, if you start on A7, you will never start to A7, so you don't have to know if you want to go down or up. It will always only be able to move to one direction. And what they want to know is how many moves does it take for the mouse to land on a target cell given a starting cell. So here, for example, they give C1. You want to go to E8, and this takes 27 moves. So to answer this question, you can do it with multiple solutions. One would be probably to make a very clever and complicated formula to know where the mouse will move. You can also write manually which move it will do, starting from C1, or you can write from C1, cell by cell, the address of the cell it will go to. For example, it will start on C1, then go to D1, then go to D2, then go to D3, etc. But this would be very fastidious. So the way we could do this is using VBA to automate a part of this, and we'll write the different cell we go to in order to do a full loop from C1 to C1. We'll also need to know how many moves we did. You'll see why. And then with that, we'll go to VBA. Okay. So we go to sheet 1, and we want to work with the worksheet and with the event selection change. So basically what it will do is that when we select a cell, it will write its address here. And then we will just have to move with the directional arrows in order to write the cells. Will act as a mouse here. So in order to do that, I will write the important cells. For example, M180. So for the columns, what we'll know is that it's on line 180. For the rows, it will be on columns K. These cells are on A, B, 180, and the moves are on AD 180. Okay, so now what we'll do is that each time we select a new cell, we want to update the move cell. So what we'll do is range AD 180 equals itself plus 1. From that, we can then calculate a row number to write the cell. So rnum for a row number equals 179 plus what's in this cell. So it will start on row 180, which is what we want. And now that we have this, we want to say that range AB and row number equals to the cells line 180, and we want to get the column of the selected cell. And what's useful about this event is that it gives us the actual selection, which is target. So we use target, and we say that we want the column of this target. Now that we have the letter of the column, we want the row number, so we'll use range this time, because we can say we want the column K, to which we add the target row. And with that, we should have everything we need. So now what I'll do is I will want to select this, but it doesn't want to, so I already selected it, so what I will do is a blank move, but I will delete after. I select C1, and then I start moving like if I was a mouse. And as you can see, the cells are writing one by one. So I just have to move, and then everything will be okay. And we got back to C1, so now I can just put this on commentary so it won't trigger again, and delete this one because I don't want it, and shift cell up like that, and we did 107 moves. Okay, so now that we wrote each cell, we go through to do an entire loop. What we want to know here is to have the position of the starting cell into all of this. So we'll do a little match. We'll search this address into this, and we want an exact match. So it will say that C1 is in the first position, which is correct. And then what we'll want to know is how many moves it takes to go from C1 to E8, which is exactly the same as searching from D1 what is the position of E8. So in order to do that, we'll use the match function again. We search this address, and what we'll do is offset this thing by the row number here. And we don't want to offset the column, and we want an exact match. The problem here, you'll see quite fast, what is the problem here with doing that. Here it works very well, but here sometimes it won't find anything because from H1 we search E8, and there isn't E8 because there are not much moves left. So what we can do is just double this by copy pasting it here. And what we'll do is just update this by saying now we want this, which is the board, and we update these formulas like that. Okay. And now we can just say I want this answer. And here you go. You have everything you needed. I didn't really have to update this, but I did it for to make it clean. Okay. So here you have it. You have my solution for the level 5. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough, and if you have any question, remarks, or if you want to help me know why this with the replace function didn't work, don't hesitate to post a message in the comment section. I will try to answer it or to read what you said. And thank you all for watching this video, and have a nice day. Thank you.